ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 16. Krishna chastises the serpent Kaliya. Text number 6 to 16. Okay. So I will read out the up to 15th verse and then 16th verse we will repeat. Tam chandavega vishaviryamavekshatena dushtam nadim chakala samyamanavataaraha Krishna kadambam adiruhya tato angam asfutya ghadha Rashana Nyapatad Vishade. Translation. Lord Krishna saw how Kaliya serpent had polluted the Yamuna river with his terrible powerful poison. Since Krishna had descended from the spiritual world, specifically to subdue envious demons, the Lord immediately climbed to the top of a very high Kadamba tree and prepared himself for battle. He tightened his belt, slapped his arms, and then jumped into the poisonous water. According to the Acharyas, Lord Krishna also tied back the locks of his hair as he prepared to do the battle with Kaliya. Text number 7. Sarpa hrada purushasara nipata vega sankshobhitoraga vishochana avistambhurasi paryak pluto vishakashaya bibhishanaromir dhavan dhanuhu satam anantabalasya kim tat. Translation. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead landed in the serpent's lake, the snakes there became extremely agitated and began breathing heavily, further polluting it with the volumes of poison. The force of the Lord's entrance into the lake caused it to overflow on all sides, and poisonous, fearsome waves flooded the surrounding lands up to a distance of 100 bow lengths. This is not at all amazing. However, for the Supreme Lord possesses infinite strength. Text number 8. Tasya hrade viharato bhujadanda ghurna vargoshamangavaravarana vikramasya ashrutya tat sva sadanan abhibhavam niriksha chakshuh shrava samsarat tad amrishyamanaha. Translation. Krishna began sporting in Kaliya's lake like a lordly elephant, swirling his mighty arms and making the water resound in various ways. When Kaliya heard these sounds, he understood that someone was trespassing in his lake. The serpent could not tolerate this and immediately came forward. Purport. According to the Acharyas, Lord Krishna was producing wonderful musical sounds within the water simply by splashing his hands and arms. 9. Tam prekshaniya sukumara ganavadatam Shrivatsapita vasanam smita sundarasyam Kridantam apratibhayam kamalodharangrim Sandasya marma surusha bhujasya bhujaya chachada. Translation. Kaliya saw that Sri Krishna, who wore yellow silken garments, were very delicate, his attractive body shining like a glowing white cloud, his chest bearing the mark of Srivatsa, his face smiling beautifully, and his feet resembling the whole of a lotus flower. The Lord was playing fearlessly in the water. Despite his wonderful appearance, the envious Kaliya furiously bit him on the chest and then completely enwrapped him in his coils. Text number 10. Tam nagabhoga parivitam adrushta chestam alokya tat priya sakha pashupa brusharthah Krishne arpitatma suhrid artha kalatra kama dukhanushoka bhayamuda dhiyo nipetuhu. Translation. When the members of the coward community who had accepted Krishna as their dearmost friend saw him enveloped in the snake's coils, motionless, they were greatly disturbed. They had offered Krishna everything, their very selves, their families, their wealth, wives and all pleasures. At the sight of the Lord in the clutches of the Kaliya snake, their intelligence became deranged by grief, lamentation and fear, and thus they fell to the ground. Purport. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that coward boys along with some coward men and farmers who happened to be in the vicinity and who were also devotees of Krishna fell to the ground just like trees that had been cut at the root. Text number 11. Gava vrisha vassataryoho krandamanaha sudukkita Krishne nyasye bhita rudantya ivatastire. The cows, bulls and female calves in great distress called out piteously to Krishna. Fixing their eyes on him, they stood still in fear, as if ready to cry but too shocked to shed tears. Atav vraje mahotpatas trividahi atidarunai utpetur bhuvi divi atmani asanna bhayasamshinaha. Translation. In the Vrindavan area, there then arose all three types of fearful omens, those on the earth, those in the sky, and those in the bodies of living creatures, which announced imminent danger. Purport. According to Srila Sridhar Swami, the omens were as follows. On the earth, there were disturbing tremors. In the sky, there were meteors falling. And in the bodies of creatures, there was shivering as well as quivering of the left eye and other parts of the body. These omens announce imminent danger. Mic band ho gaya. Text number 13 to 15. Tanalokya bhayodvigna gopananda purogama vinaramena ga krishnam jnatva charayitum gatam taidurnimitter nidhanam matva praptam atadvidaha tad pranastan manasakste dukkha shoga bhayaturaha abhala vruddha vanitaha sarvenga pashuvrittayaha nirjamagur gokuladina krishna darshana lalasa. Translation. Seeing the inauspicious omens, Nanda Maharaj and other coward men were fearful, for they knew that Krishna had gone to herd the cows that day without his elder brother Balarama. Because they had dedicated their minds to Krishna, accepting him as their very life, they were unaware of his great power and opulence. Thus they concluded that the inauspicious omens indicated he had met with death, and they were overwhelmed with grief, lamentation, and fear. All the inhabitants of Vrindavana, including the children, women, and elderly persons, thought of Krishna just as cows think of helpless young calf, and thus these poor suffering people rushed out of the village, intent upon finding him. Now we will repeat 16th verse number 16. Tan tatha kataran viksha bhagavan madhavaha balaha prahasya kinchit na uvacha prabhavajnaha anujasya saha tamstata kataran viksha bhagavan madhavo balaha prahasya kinchinno vacha prabhavajno anujasya saha tamstata kataran viksha bhagavan madhavo balaha prahasya kinchinno vacha prabhavajno anujasya saha. Please chant. Madhavo balaha Matajis. Tan them tata in such a condition, kataran distressed, viksha seeing, Bhagavan the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhavaha the Master of all mystic knowledge, Balaha Lord Balaram, Prahasya gently smiling, Kinchit anything at all, Na did not, Uvacha say, Prabhavajnaha knowing the power, Anujasya of his younger brother, Saha he. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Lord Balaram, the Master of all transcendental knowledge, smiled and said nothing when he saw the residents of Vrindavan in such a distress, since he understood the extraordinary power of his younger brother. Purport: Sri Balarama is the plenary expansion of Lord Krishna and is thus non-different from him. They are in fact the same absolute truth manifest in separate forms. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Lord Balarama was the laughing because he thought, Krishna never cares to play with me in my form of Seshanag, but how he is playing with the ordinary mundane snake named Kaliya. The question may arise as to why Krishna and Balaram allowed their loving devotees to suffer such great anguish during Krishna's temporary imprisonment within the coils of Kaliya. It must be remembered that because the inhabitants of Vrindavan were completely liberated souls, they did not experience material emotions. When they saw their beloved Krishna in apparent danger, their love for him intensified to the highest degree, and thus they merged completely into the ecstasy of love for him. The whole situation has to be seen from the spiritual point of view, or it will not be seen at all. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Today we are discussing the most wonderful pastime of Kaliya Daman. So here Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then people like me, devotees like me, are Kaliya, right? So we should pray to Krishna. I should pray to Krishna that just like Krishna destroyed the poison in the heads of Kaliya, so we all should pray that whatever poison is there in our hearts, it should be destroyed by the keeping the. We should just like Krishna danced on the heads of the Kaliya. So we should pray to Krishna. He should enter our heart, and he should also dance in our heart, so that whatever is poison is there in our hearts, it is nullified. So Krishna, another name of Krishna is Mukunda, right? Krishna is known as Mukunda Avatar. Krishna is known as Leela Purushottam. He is the and then Krishna is known as Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, and Krishna is also known as Vishwarup Avatar. Krishna is also known as Amrita Avatar, right? Amrita Avatar. In this previous chapter, it is mentioned that when Krishna was there, and then he went to the forest, Like many times I have described Krishna, why Krishna was walking with bare feet. So it plays a very important role in this pastime also. Krishna with bare feet, we will see. And also, so this when covered boys and the cows cows, they felt thirsty. They went to Kaliya Hrada and they drank water. Because Kaliya was staying there for a long time, and he was very, very envious, and he was always emanating lot of poison, and because of that, the water of the water Yamuna also became very blackish. It is that then whoever is comes in contact with that water, even the birds flying over that lake, the trees and the other creepers who are staying in there, they all died because of the these fumes of poison that is flying around Kaliya, like that. So as soon as the cowherd boys, they drank water, so they fell down unconscious, almost dead, and the cows and calves also, they were in that condition. So when Krishna saw, he just glanced at them, right? He glanced at them. They came to consciousness. They became alive. So that is why Krishna is known as Amrita Avatar, right? So this is described by in Krishna Karnamrita. Mano Nayana Shravana Amrita Avatara. You know, this he describes. So it is mentioned that sometimes when the cows when they hear the beautiful flute song of Shri Krishna, they become so enchanted by looking at Krishna, by hearing the most beautiful sound vibration of Krishna's flute. They take the grass, but they forget to eat the grass. The whole day they were in ecstasy, looking at Krishna's beautiful form, hearing Krishna's beautiful flute song. They just remain with their mouth wide open. And the whole day they didn't eat, right? So in the evening, Krishna observes, oh, these cows did not eat anything. So from the tail up to their head, Krishna just rubs it over with his lotus palm, right? So Krishna has Amrit in his hand. Krishna has Amrit in his eyes. Krishna has Amrit in his lips. Krishna has Amrit in his beautiful words. Wise, right? So that is why Krishna is known as Amrita Avatar. Right? Krishna is known as Amrita Avatar. So, and then all the cows and all, they become nourished like that, simply by touch of Krishna. So here, Krishna just glanced at the cowherd boys and they came back to consciousness. So here in the first verse it is mentioned, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna He. You know, there are three blacks here, right? What are they? Who are they? Krishna. And then Krishna, Yamuna Devi. And then Krishna He, Kaliya. It's a black snake. You know, Kaliya is a black snake. So Krishna is the first environmentalist. Right? Why? Because he thought the waters of Yamuna are contaminated, polluted by this poisonous waves of Kaliya. So he decided to purify them. If you see in Krishna's pastime, in 15th chapter also, Krishna is very, very careful and praising the trees. You know, praising the trees. Prabhupada mentions in 4th Canto Bhagavatam that people who are cutting the trees, they are very, very sinful. So, in order to publish, Prabhupada says that there's so many newspapers they publish, right? In New York, it seems New York Times, 100 pages newspaper. And they read, nobody, who has the time to read? They just flip through all these advertisements and there, and then they throw it in the dustbin. Right? Prabhupada says they say news, but there is nothing new in that. It's all old, everything old only. So Prabhupada says, Krishna is very, very careful, protect the trees. Krishna is very, very careful to protect the rivers. Right? Just like Kalidas, he was sitting on the branch of a tree, and then he was cutting that branch itself on which he is sitting. And then one person came, "Arey Baba, why are you doing that? You will fall down." After some time he fell down, Arey, they said, "You are a big astrologer, how did you know?" Like that. So this modern people are like that. Of all the 5 elements, water is known as Amritam. Apaha Amritam. So without water we cannot subsist. They are polluting all the sources of water, especially the rivers. Right? At that time there was only one Kaliya. Now hundreds and thousands of Kaliyas in the form of industrialists and scientists. Right? They are polluting the rivers. So much, like there was some Chhat Puja was going on. They are putting some photographs in Delhi. Yamuna, it is full of foams. It is full of foams. So much pollution. Like unless you have unflinching faith in the words of the scripture, you cannot take bath in Yamuna. Right? Meanwhile, there was some Kumbh Mela was going on. Everybody is going. I was telling, I will not go because it's only a gutter water. There was no Yamuna only. Right? Sometime back there was some agitation was going on because Yamuna was stopped in Haryana itself. So whatever we are getting in Vrindavan is gutter water from Delhi. Right? So demoniac people, so they are polluting the rivers, and then now next Third World War will take place about the waters. Right? Because there will be severe water shortage, all the waters are polluted. Anyway, that's a different thing. So we need again, to purify. Krishna has to come to purify these waters, actually. So Krishna has decided to, purify the waters of Yamuna, and then chase away this ferocious demon in the form of Kaliya. Right? So here it is very important to all the devotees of Krishna who are studying Bhagavatam, especially 10th canto, we see different forms of Krishna. Different forms of Krishna. And then in Sanaka Sajatiya and all, there is a mention how to meditate on a particular form of the Lord. And there is a mantra to that particular form of the Lord. And there is a yantra. These 3 things are there. So, Rupam, Yantram and Mantram. So, each and every form of the Lord. So many devotees, they meditate on different forms of the Lord. So, our heart, our mind is actually Kaliya. And then he has 1,000 heads. According to Sanskrit grammar, Sahasra means unlimited. So, what are these heads represent? Our various thoughts. Our various thoughts. So, because there is bad thoughts, and then the entire body and our heart is polluted. Right? So we should remember this form, of Krishna, who is jumping into the Kaliyahrada, right? So it's very beautifully described that it is described that when in order to tease Indra, when Krishna was about to lift Govardhan hill, वो उन्होंने कमर बांधा नहीं बोलते हैं, कमर का कपड़ा कमर कसते हैं बोलते हैं, so वो कपड़ा बांधा नहीं बोलता है, it's simple, I will just lift it with left hand. But in this Kaliya Leela, Krishna tightened his waist cloth, waist cloth. Always remember, Krishna is Natavara. He is always dressed like a Natavara, dancing actor. Even when he went to the Kurukshetra war, he would decorate himself in such a way that as if he is going for some marriage, marriage party, very nicely decorated. So now there is an anticipation of this Leela is. In previous chapter, if you see, the Purva Raga of the Gopis has started. Tam Gorojaschurita Kuntala Baddha Varaha. In that verse, Pitva Mukunda Mukasaragam Akshibrunga. In these two verses, Vishwanath Thakur explains that Purva Raga means the Gopis' love for Krishna is started growing, developing. Krishna's love for gopis also started developing. So here he has taken this, in our youthful days, in order to impress the girls, the boys, they used to purchase Royal Enfield. So they think that they will come with the Royal Enfield, HD Motors bike, and then the girls will fall and, then he will pick up and he will take. So that was the concept. So that was fashion, Royal Enfield. Like that, Krishna also thought, this is an opportunity to impress the gopis, to show his heroism. So that is why, before, not only that he tightened his waist cloth, but he tied some cloth also around his head, so that the most decorative piece of on his head, the peacock feather, doesn't fall. And then the hair is intact, because in Kali Yuga, the hair it is mentioned that Prabhupada also says that in Kali Yuga, beauty is decided by the hairstyle, right? That is why Prabhupada said, shave your head so that no woman will be attracted to you, right? Sikha dekh ke bhag jayenge, right? So Krishna put the hair very nicely and then tied it so that when the gopis come, the hair will be intact. The hair will be intact like that. So then he thought how to jump into the river. Then he saw one Kadamba Vriksha. There is a speciality about this Kadamba Vriksha. This Kadamba Vriksha, one Acharya says that he has done lot of tapasya, thousands of years of tapasya, to be present on the in Vrindavan Dham, where Krishna would climb on the tree and jump from the tree. Then it is mentioned that all the trees and the birds and all, they have died. How this Kadamba Vriksha was alive? Vishwanath Thakur says that in Purana it is mentioned that when Garuda was stealing the nectar, the few drops of nectar he put on this Kadamba Vriksha, knowing that Krishna is going to use this tree. Prabhupada says that all the creatures and the inhabitants and trees and the creepers and everybody who has taken birth in Vrindavan, they are sadhana siddhas. They have once Prabhupada was doing Vrindavan Parikrama, and then Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he was leaning on a tree. Prabhupada said, don't lean on the tree. The tree is a Maharashtrian Brahman doing tapasya in Vrindavan. You know, so many trees, so many devotees, they want to become trees and stay in Vrindavan. So in Vrindavan, all the trees and all, they bow down, you know, they bend down, because when Krishna would walk, they can touch the lotus feet of Krishna. Like that, all the creatures, everybody, whoever came in contact with Krishna, they have done tapasya, so much tapasya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Bhagavat that this Dhobi who came in contact with Krishna, you know, he has done tapasya for 10 million years. But unfortunately, he was not reading Srila Prabhupada books. Right? That is why he did not know that he has to serve Krishna. You know, like that. Otherwise, Prabhupada was always pounding on us, you know, you have to serve the lotus feet of Krishna, like that. So these trees, this tree is done such a tapasya. That is why Krishna wanted actually. You know, there is one very famous Acharya, Kuresha, Kurvat Alvar. After studying this pastime, after hearing this pastime, he wrote a very beautiful prayer to Krishna. That he was asking Krishna, my dear Krishna, now your pastimes are over? Krishna replied, almost over. So, is there any chance that you will take incarnation again? Yeah, in every kalpa, once in a day of Brahma I take. Then, my dear Lord, I have one prayer. Said what? Please give me birth as one of the heads of Kaliya, so that you can dance on the heads of Kaliya. I can obtain the dust of your lotus feet. Then Krishna said, somebody has already applied. I have already signed also. Right? I have already signed also. Then he said, okay, then please make me one of the branches of the Kadamba tree. So that when you climb, you will touch your lotus feet on me. So like that, Kuratalwar, he prays like that. So he jumped, you know, from the top of that tree. He jumped with a great force, with such a great force that one Shiva Vaishnavacharya comments that when he jumped into the river Yamuna became so ecstatic by the touch of Krishna, and then the waves of the water has touched, it seems, Viraja river in Vaikuntha. Why it has touched? Because in order to spread her own glories, that just see Viraja river, you are very, very proud that you flow in Narayana Vaikuntha, but has any time Narayana jumped into river? Oh, Narayana is very strict, na? He doesn't do all this water pastimes and all. Right? And then did he come any time on the bank of your Viraja river? Just look at me. Krishna is so nice. He is dancing, he is swimming, and then he is playing in my waters. That is why the Viraja river jumped up to the waters touched the Yamuna's waters touched the Viraja river, like that. So Krishna started swimming very swiftly with great force, and because of that, all the snakes and all, they got agitated, and they emanated more poison, like that. In this regard, so very beautiful description of Krishna's beautiful form is described, right? So Sri Radha Govind Maharaj, he says that in this regard, Sukadeva Goswami was composing this verse because he was so angry, with Kaliya, that such a rascal. Krishna is looking so beautiful, Neelamegha Shyam, but still this Kaliya has no love for this beautiful form of Krishna, Sukumara, wearing Pitambar Vastra, this Srivatsa marks, and his lotus eyes, and his feet are soft like lotus petals. But still, he was such a kala, such a demoniac person, that he did not hesitate to bite Krishna. He did not hesitate to bite Krishna. Like that. So, how to check whether all of us we have love for Krishna or not? Prabhupada gave a litmus test in third canto Bhagavatam. How many of you appreciate Krishna's beauty when you see Radha Ras Bihari's deity? Huh? So, Prabhupada says, if you appreciate Krishna's beauty, that means we have already developed little love for Krishna. That we have to increase. Right? So, this Rupa Smarana is very, very important. That is why even in the midst of, like Kurukshetra war is going on very fiercely, and then Krishna was walking, running towards Bhishma Dev very swiftly, carrying the Ratha Chakra, broken Ratha Chakra. But there, Bhishma Dev, he was describing, in Mahabharata it is described, that Bhishma Dev described Krishna as Ambujakshana. Prabhupada says, if somebody describes Krishna's lotus eyes as Ambujakshana, that means all his parts are beautiful. So Krishna, Bhishma Dev did not see the anger and all that. Bhishma Dev saw a beautiful form of Krishna. That is why he described Ambujakshana. Right? Like that. Here, Sukadeva Goswami is also describing Ambujakshana, Krishna's beautiful form in the midst of Kaliya Daman Leela, like that. So here, Krishna, he was, then Kaliya came, then he started coiling Krishna with his tail. Then he completely coiled. Krishna was completely coiled. So what is the reason? Right? What is the reason for Krishna getting captured by Kaliya? Right? There is so one Shiva Vaishnavacharya describes very nicely that there is a close anubandham between Rama and Krishna's avatars. So Krishna thought, in future somebody may fight, Rama is great, others may fight, Krishna is great. In order to show that Krishna and Rama both are same, he composed a very beautiful shloka in Sanskrit. I don't have that. So he describes that Rama was born on the shore of Sarayu, and then Krishna was born on the shore of Yamuna. Rama killed the first demon. Whom did he kill? Tataka, woman, at the age of 12. And Krishna also killed the first demon, Putana, but thoda uncha hai, 6 days, when he was 6 days old. Right? So Rama, he is known as Pitruvakya Paripalaka, Matruvakya Paripalaka. Right? But when did he follow the orders of Krishna's, his father's order? At the age of 12, and after that 24 years. But Krishna, as soon as he is born, mother told, his mother told, his father told that, this form and all, he appeared, with 400 form. He said, remove this form and become a child. And then his mother told, if he Kamsa sees with 4 hands, he will recognize your Vishnu. Please withdraw your form. He will please withdraw your form. So Matruvakya Paripalaka, Krishna was so better than Rama, but actually he never got any good name, that only Rama has got Pitruvakya Paripalaka, but Krishna, as soon as he took birth, till the time he killed Kamsa, he never showed his 400 form in Vrindavan. Right? 400 form in Vrindavan. It seems sometimes Krishna would go in because you have some property with you, and then some cash and all. Kanjus log, every day they count whether it is safe or not. Like that. So Krishna has 4 hands all the time in Vaikuntha and all, but he had to hide those extra 2 hands. So sometimes he would hide behind some bush, and then he would check whether the other 2 hands are there or not. So Ramanuja says, the coward boys they would go and complain that when the mothers, when they want to frighten the children, they will say, "Oh, bhoot aa jayega, rakshas aa jayega," like that. So the boys, they would go and complain to their mothers that today Krishna wanted to frighten us, and then he assumed the form of a bhoot, with 4 hands, very like that. So he was following the orders of like that. One more incident, it says that when Indrajit released Nagapashastra, both Rama and Lakshmana, they were bound by this Nagapashastra, like that. So in order to show that whatever Rama has performed the pastime, I will also want to perform, because we both are same. That is why he has agreed to be bound by Kaliya. So one more thing is that sometimes we have some habits, like once when we are studying engineering, whole night we did a night out, and then going on cycle was somewhere. Whole night we were cycling and going to some other place, and then in the morning we stopped at the tea stall, roadside, and there were some beds, I think for a dawa, these drivers and all. So as soon as we saw those beds, we felt so sleepy, we slept on those beds. Cots on the road only. Like that, Krishna has this habit of sleeping on that bed, snake bed, So as soon as he saw, a snake, he remembered, "अरे मेरा दोस्त ही है, थोड़ा सो जाऊंगा," इसलिए नींद आ गया बोलते हैं. उसको स्नेक को देख के नींद आ गया बोलता है, इसलिए सो गया बोलता है. Actually he was not unconscious, he was yoga nidra, because like that. One more thing he says that Balarama is also snake, Anantasesh. So that day purposefully Krishna did not take Balaram, because he wanted to subdue this snake. Oh, बिरादरी, बिहारी, पंजाबी, आंध्रा, वो बिरादरी का प्रेम होता है ना, इसलिए वो this Krishna thought, if I take this snake, if I want to subdue that snake, he will say, "अरे छोड़ दो ना," right? छोड़ दो, ऐसा बोलेगा ना, छोड़ दो. इसलिए in order to avoid that, Krishna did not take Balaram, it seems, on that day, because he wanted to subdue, like that. Then Balaram came. So Balaram, one more thing. So all this, now Krishna was bound. Then some of the people who are nearby, they became fainted and all that. These boys, they did not go to village and tell that Krishna is in danger. Krishna was coiled by the snake, right? So, but how did they come to know? Because they saw ill omens in the Vrindavan. So sometime back, I have described. I gave the definition of who is a Vrajavasi. Anybody can tell? Who is a Vrajavasi? Bolo, Guddu? Anyway, I will tell once again. There is no time. So, who is a Vrajavasi? So, when we are born, immediate family members and all, You know, they celebrate. When I was born, whole Vizag did not celebrate. राइट कोई कर्ज दिया होगा क्योंकि तीसरा था, इतना कितना हो जाएगा करके पहला तो नहीं था, यू नो मैं. सो Vrajavasi means when Krishna was born, whole city, whole village has celebrated. That is Vrajavasi, number one. Number two, no mother would love other's child more than her own child, you know, her own son. No mother in this world. But Vrajavasi means they love Krishna more than their own child. Right? When Krishna was in trouble, you know, sometimes if you are in trouble, we have to leave the city. We only leave, right? The whole Mumbai will not shift. Right? But when Krishna was in trouble, the whole village, Krishna was in trouble because so many demons are coming. So let us shift. Yeah, we'll all shift. That is it. Right? For them, Vrajavasi means, for them, happiness and distress means what? If Krishna is happy, they are happy. If Krishna is sad, they are sad. They are not worried about their own happiness and distress. Usually, when the left side of a man, there is a shivering, kampan. That is inauspicious. For a woman, it is auspicious. Right? Right side, shivering is there, then it is auspicious. But for women, it is inauspicious. Right? When Ramchandra and Sugriva, they signed friendship bond, when they were doing parikrama of Havan Kund, Yajna Kund, 3 people's left side shivered. You know who are they? Ravanasur, Vali, and Sita Devi. Right? For Ravanasur and Vali, it is inauspicious. For Sita Devi, auspicious. So there were meteors were falling, there were earthquakes in the earth, and left hand side is shivering for them. What did, when my left hand side shivers, what should I think? It is inauspicious for me. But the Vrajavasis, they thought, oh, it's something inauspicious happening to Krishna. Right? For them, everything is about Krishna. That is the Vrajavasi. And then last and final definition of Vrajavasi is always protected by, what is the definition of Gopi and Gopa? Gopa means Goptrutve Varnam Tata, that is one who is always protected by Krishna is Gopi or Gopa? So we are all Gopis or Gopas? Are we? Are we? We are, but we are not aware. We are, we make our own efforts to protect ourselves. That is why we are not. We can, right? Who is the Vraja? That is why somebody came to Prabhupada and told that Prabhupada, we have to follow in the footsteps of a Vrajavasi. Can you recommend some name? Prabhupada, some when devotee went and asked. Prabhupada said, I am also Vrajavasi. Right? So, very. So this Balaram. Then this is Vrajavasi. So all of them, they came running. So in Telugu Bhagavatam it is mentioned that they were all crying that my dear Krishna, when we take one step, you used to take 200 steps towards us. Right? Whenever we are in trouble, you would come to rescue us. But when you are in trouble, we cannot do anything because we are not capable of rescuing you. You know, Mother Yashoda was crying that when you see a small scorpion or some creature, you are so afraid that your body is so soft, and this demonic Kaliya was biting you. Why not that Kaliya bite me? Spare you. Unnecessarily, we have so many lakhs of cows and so much sampatti is there. Unnecessarily, we came under your pressure of your words and sent you for this cow heading. So, mera mati mari gai. Like that, Yashoda was crying. Like that. So, they were all ready to jump, like Prabhupada writes in the Krishna book, that they were ready to jump into the Kaliya. But Balaram smiled. Madhava, right? Prabhupada, Vishwanath Chakravarti writes that Madhava is master of intelligence. So he knows Prabhavajna, he knows the power of Krishna. Then Balaram went and told that Krishna, they have eye contact and, Prabhupada has some disciples, first class disciple. He is the one, Prabhupada says. Spiritual master doesn't have to say anything. The disciple understands. So Harishauri Prabhu and all, they are like that. Prabhupada would see, look at like this, then you have to switch on the fan. Prabhupada would say some sign, show some sign, they will know what is to be done, like that. So they understand the sign language. So Krishna and Balaram told, it seems, Abhi, see, all these people are, they are about to leave their bodies. So better you do something. Because Krishna is waiting for this, for Balaram to tell. Otherwise, later on, he will say, "Arey Krishna, why मेरा जात का आदमी को तुमने मार दिया?" ऐसा बोलेगा ना. Now Balaram came and told, कुछ करो. फिर बाद में तुम्हारा बातों पे that's why you told me, that's why I have done. Otherwise I am just lying down, because you told to chastise this Kaliya, that's why I am chastising. So that is so Krishna, Balaram smiled. So seeing the smile of Balaram, everybody enchanted. They fell in the love of Krishna. Always remember, when Krishna was on the chariot of Arjuna, he exhibited three forms, three moods, right? One is, he blew the conch. Then he whipped, he has a whip in his hand. Then he has a smile on his face. Prahasitan. So these three represents, by blowing the conch, Krishna is awakening us from the sleep on the lap of Maya. Right? Always meditate on the form of Krishna blowing the conch. Gita, you can understand Bhagavad Gita. If you inner meanings of Bhagavad Gita you can understand. If you anyway, and that whip, he is chastising Arjuna, Ashocha Nanvashochastam Prajnavadam Shibhashasi. And then Krishna is smiling. The smile of Krishna represents his love for all of us. His love for all of us. So in the same way, Balaram is smiling. So this Kaliya represents envy, and the poison. This envy is very, very difficult to give it up. In our heart, there is from Hridaya Kshetra, 100 nadis, 101 nadis, they flow, they spread. And they are called Jnana Bhumika. So Jnana ka prasaran hota hai, so the Jnana is spread, into the heart through those nadis. And by using the Jnana, we can actually serve Krishna. We can serve Krishna. And then this Kaliya came and sat in our hearts, and it has polluted our thoughts and preventing us from serving Krishna. And the Jnana Prasarana properly has not been going on. Right? So Ramanaka, before Kaliya used to live in Ramanaka Dvipam. Raman means, according to Shabda Ratnakara dictionary, Ramana means doing the right thing. Doing the right thing. So Ramanaka means when we come into this human body, because of the jnana prasarana of this, we should do the right thing. What is to be done, what is not to be done, it is said in Vedas. Right? Tasmad. So what happens, but when this Kaliya, Kaliya is supposed to give some foodstuffs to Garuda. But he said, why should I give it to Garuda? Why should I give it to Garuda? That is why he refused. Then he only ate. Garuda represents Vedas. When Garuda flies, when he flaps his wings, there is Vedic knowledge comes. So Garuda. So because he disobeyed the Vedas or Garuda, he was punished. Then he was sent to this Kali Hrada, where he will not have any association or anything to do with the Vedas. Now Krishna has come and again subdued Kaliya and left his lotus footprints on these heads so that he can go back to Ramanaka Dvipa. Right? This Shariram is Ramanaka Dvipam. This Sharira. So in this human form of life, we can serve Krishna, we can chant the holy names of Krishna, we can hear Bhagavatam, right, by following the Vedic instructions. So this is the lesson we learn from Kaliya Daman pastime. Right? One pastime of Srila Prabhupada. Once, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he came. He was doing that Radha Damodar bus party, and then he said he wanted to give $100,000 donation. It's big money, So that time 1,000 notes were there. Now only $100 notes are there now. Now bigger denominations are not there. That time 1,000. So he made a bundle and then he gave it to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Radha Damodar bus party devotees, they want to give you $100,000. Oh, then Prabhupada took the bundle. He did like this. Then he said, 100,000? Then he remembered because there was some problem and then it was only 99,000 something is there, and then $1,000 was less, and then he sent to the bank to change into $1,000. He forgot to keep it in the bundle, and then it was in his pocket. $100,000. Then sorry, Prabhupada, 1,000. Prabhupada was just by once Giriraj Maharaj brought mayor to Prabhupada quarters. Right? So that time, our Guru Krupa Maharaj, he used to bring, big suitcase full of cash. Then Prabhupada said, never give your chabi, your key to the, your cupboards where you keep checkbooks and certificates to your servant also. Prabhupada always used to tie it in his janao. Like that. And then whenever somebody brings cash, you count. So Prabhupada was, you would count, you would count. So that mayor was speaking to Prabhupada. So Vivekananda and all, they say, money, don't touch. Prabhupada says, Krishna devotee, we will engage, bring more money, dilmange more, devotees, bring more money, like that. So he was counting. Then Prabhupada asking, any doubts, any questions? Then later on that mayor commented to Giriraj Maharaj, your special master is something very special because all they are accustomed to Mayavadis, not touching money and all. And then Prabhupada was counting so much cash. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments? Okay, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.